When it comes to having kids, there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of fake news, a lot of bad information. I've got twin girls that are 2, Felicity and Piper. These are my only kids and will be my only kids. Like I say, they're about 2 1/4. And this is a few of the things that people have said that turns out to be nonsense. So the first one is, people tell you it only gets harder or it gets worse. I couldn't disagree more. When they're 0 to 1, they're incredibly hard work. And don't get me wrong, the work that needs doing is simpler and easier, but you don't get any feedback from the children. You don't get, when they're brand new, they don't even look at you, they don't smile. Now they're talking, they're saying a few different words, they can kind of half communicate. It just gets easier. You can have fun with them at some point, which is nice. That's a big upgrade from just keeping these little peanuts alive. So that's one of the main things. It does get better, I promise. I can't tell you what it's like to have 3, 4, 5-year-olds, but 2-year-olds are definitely better than 1-year-olds. Another thing is, people will give you their opinion whether you ask for it or not. Everybody has their own take on things. Everybody contributes in their own way. A lot of it's rubbish. There's a lot of stuff that other people suggest or they say. Some stuff's really interesting. It's like, I'll bear that in mind. Some stuff's just drivel, honestly. And just bear that in mind, that when people are making suggestions, that's probably something that worked for them at some point. But that doesn't mean that works for you. In fact, it's unlikely it'll work for you. It's good to be mindful of people's suggestions and ideas, because sometimes things really are helpful. But just because somebody else says something's worked, that's for them, that's not necessarily for you. Another thing, which is quite controversial, not every parent you come in contact with is a good parent, or the best parent, or cares as much as you do, or, there's a lot of people out there. Let's be honest, the barrier to entry to be a parent is so low, some people are parents by mistake. And that's just life, But bear in mind, the requirements for being a parent are next to nothing and they're free. So anyone can be a parent. Not anyone can be a good parent. In the same way, not everyone's a good driver. A lot of people can drive, not a lot of people can drive well. Or shall we say, a few people drive terribly. And they might not necessarily know. So bear that in mind as well. Another thing that's massive is routine. Create good routines. It's really funny because we've had a few bank holidays lately here in the UK, and they go to nursery on a Monday. They've still got the bags out Monday morning. I don't even know how they know it's Monday, but they're like, bag, nursery. I'm like, no babe, not today, but most times, yeah. There's been times where grandma and granddad have been due to come pick them up, but they've been on holiday, and they're still like grandma. So routines are massive. They like routines. Routines are easier for you as well. They make your life much easier. So keep routines as something that's a priority, because they are important. Another thing that's massively underrated is sleep. Sleep is massive. If you look at things like professional athletes, all they do is train, eat and sleep. And all these guys need to do is train, eat and sleep, except their training is both physical and mental. Their learning is their training. So put a lot of emphasis on sleep. They need to be sleeping lots. The more the merrier. I hate the rare times we have to wake them up from a nap, because I just think nobody likes to be woken up. They'll sleep till they're done, and they're better for it when they've had a good nap. Currently ours will nap between about 12 and 2 through the day, so we get a 2-hour nap, and then on a night they'll go to bed about, should we say 6 p.m, and they wake up about 6:30, so they're getting like 14 hours sleep a day, and it does them the power of good. They love it. It's good for us, it's good for having a break in the middle of the day as well, just to regain a bit of your own sanity, to get some jobs done, just to have a break from the chaos. Another thing is trial and error. Try new things. Sometimes things you think will work and be a home run fail massively. And sometimes things you think are stupid or might not go to plan work a treat. Don't be afraid to try new things. And don't be afraid to try the same things again later. These guys change every day. And sometimes a thing that didn't work in January or February might work in June or July. Because it's these guys. It's not what you're doing, it's how these respond to things as they learn and develop and become more intelligent over time. Sometimes things work in different ways, so just bear that in mind when you're trying things out. Don't scrap something off forever, because it might come back and work later on. And one more thing, try and enjoy them. There's times where they will drive you mad. They will. And if this is wheel 1, 2, 3 or 5, they will drive you mad. But don't forget, they don't have a comprehensive understanding of the world yet. They don't know their own emotions. They don't understand. They're trying to figure it all out. And something else I try to be mindful of is they'll never be as young as they are right now. You know, they're older tomorrow than they are today. It flies. Time absolutely flies. So just be mindful of that they only get older. And like us, we're not having any more kids. So I try and just appreciate the moment. Try and just live in now. And take lots of pictures. Take lots of photos. And take lots of videos. We don't have enough videos. And videos are they just add an extra layer to watching it back. Even stuff that's stupid. There'll be times where your house is not very tidy. And you're like, I don't really want a video of this. Take it. Because in 30 years, you won't care what your house looked like. You'll care what your kids look like. So bear that in mind. Capture all you can, but still enjoy the real life. Live in the moment, but still capture it. But yeah, also bear in mind, there's very little you can do in terms of preparation for kids. I haven't done much preparation at all. The first time I held a child was 3 months before mine were born. So I went into this half blind with a good partner. My wife's fantastic, but at the same time, you just figure it out. You'll figure it out. And don't be afraid to look things up and learn as well. Like I say, you can get information from others. Try use reliable sources or forums where things are voted up and down. And just give it your best shot. You'll be fine, you know. Oh, and it's incredibly hard. Might have mentioned that. It's really hard. But the sooner you just accept that this is hard work, you know, you just get on with it. So anyway, we're going to go find a park somewhere, go for a run round. I mean, it's only 8:30 on a Sunday morning. We were a bit sad at home, yelling. So we just came for a walk instead. Sometimes the outdoors, the fresh air, it's the best thing you can do. So yeah, just try and enjoy the process and make the most of it. Come on then, girls, let's carry on. Let's keep going. And have a wonderful day.